Stage 1. The Hunger. The wind, howling off the North Sea, bites through your thin wool tunic like teeth. You are standing ankle-deep in freezing mud, your stomach twisting in a dull, relentless pain that has been with you for 3 straight months. You are the third son of a minor farmer in 9th century Scandinavia. You have no land, no inheritance, and no future waiting for you. The winter stores are empty, and your family is starving. By the end of this story, you will stand covered in the blood of foreign kings, unable to tell friend from foe. But right now, you are nobody. You watch the Jarl's chosen warriors pass through the village. They wear thick furs and carry heavy steel swords and axes polished with animal fat. They are well-fed, arrogant, and terrifying. They belong to a different world. You want that world. You need it if you are going to survive. But you cannot afford a sword, and you do not own the heavy chainmail needed to stand in the regular shield wall. There is only one path left for a man who has absolutely nothing to lose. You walk away from your family's wooden longhouse without saying goodbye. You head deep into the ancient, snow-covered pine forest. You are searching for the cult of Odin, the men who fight without armor, the men who trade their human minds for the raw, violent instincts of a predator. You are offering yourself to the Berserker, the bear shirts. You are signing a contract to become a living weapon, and you will pay for it with your sanity. Stage 2. The Initiation. The air inside the dark wooden longhouse is thick with wood smoke and the copper scent of old blood. You kneel on the dirt floor while 3 massive men stand around you. Each of them wears the cured hide of a brown bear. Their eyes are distant and wild, stripped of normal human empathy. You are shivering, but not from the cold. The eldest man steps forward holding a carved wooden bowl. "Drink it," he says. You take the bowl. The liquid inside is thick, dark, and smells of rotting earth. It is a toxic mixture of henbane, bog myrtle, and hallucinogenic fungi. You swallow it. The bitterness coats your throat. Within minutes, your heart begins slamming against your ribs. The world tilts. Your vision narrows into a pulsing tunnel. A terrifying heat blooms in the center of your chest, and you collapse to your hands and knees, gasping for air. The shaman drapes a massive bear pelt over your shoulders. It weighs nearly 30 pounds and smells of grease and wet fur. You are told to abandon your human identity. You are no longer a son. You are no longer a farmer. You belong to the Allfather now. The drugs hijack your nervous system. Adrenaline surges through your body so violently that your muscles twitch and your jaw locks. A sound escapes from you that you barely recognize. It doesn't come from your throat. It comes from somewhere deeper and darker in your brain. It sounds like a dying animal. You have crossed the line. Stage 3. The Crossing. It is early summer. You sit on the bench of a massive oak longship, pulling a heavy pine oar through the cold, gray water. Salt spray stings your eyes. 40 men fill the ship as it cuts across the sea toward the wealthy coasts of Wessex. The normal warriors sit together sharpening their weapons. They joke and speak about the silver they will steal and the land they will claim. You sit completely alone in the bow. The other men refuse to look at you. They do not speak to you. They are afraid of you. You wear your bear pelt despite the heat of the summer sun. You do not carry a sword. Only a crude bearded axe and a heavy wooden shield. When the green coastline of England appears through the morning fog, the mood on the ship changes. The warriors fall silent. You see their hands trembling as they tighten the straps of their armor. You feel no fear. You feel the heat returning. The shaman passes the wooden bowl to the 4 berserkers aboard the ship. You drink and wait. The keel scrapes violently against the sand of the English beach. The drugs surge through your blood. Your teeth begin chattering uncontrollably. You bite down on the iron rim of your shield so hard that your gums split and bleed, the taste of iron mixing with bitter herbs. The world turns a deep, pulsing red. Hold the line, the Jarl shouts, but you are no longer listening. Stage 4. The Fury. You leap from the ship into waist-deep water and charge the beach alone. The Saxon soldiers have formed a defensive line with spears and chainmail, but the Berserker gang, the animal fury, has already taken control of your body. A spear lunges toward your chest. You swat the shaft aside with your bare forearm and swing your axe. The blow shatters the man's shield into splinters. You crash into the line like a predator tearing through a flock of sheep. A blade slices into your thigh, but you feel nothing. The drugs and adrenaline have erased your ability to feel pain. You laugh, a guttural sound that barely resembles human speech. You drop your axe and tackle a heavily armored soldier to the ground, clawing at his throat with your bare hands. You become pure chaos. The Saxon line collapses in panic as soldiers drop their weapons and flee from the monsters in bearskins. The slaughter lasts nearly an hour. Then the darkness takes you. You collapse into unconsciousness. Stage 5. The Isolation. You wake on the dirt floor of a looted monastery. Every muscle in your body screams with pain. The Berserker gang has faded, leaving behind crushing exhaustion and the sick withdrawal from the toxic herbs. Your arms and legs are covered in deep cuts. Your bear pelt is soaked with blood. You don't know whose blood it is. Outside, the raid has been a massive success. The Jarl's men load chests of silver, gold crucifixes, and captured slaves onto the longships. You have earned a large share of the treasure. There is more silver in your pouch than your father saw in his entire life. But as you approach the campfires, the laughter stops. The warriors move away from you. They avoid your eyes. They know what you are. They saw you tear a man apart with your teeth. They know that when the fury takes hold, you cannot tell a Saxon enemy from a Norse ally. You sit alone in the darkness, shaking from cold and withdrawal. Your silver means nothing. You cannot buy a wife. You cannot buy a farm. No normal person will ever live beside you. You are valued, feared, and completely isolated. Your glory has become a prison. Stage 6. The Enforcer. Years pass. You survive raid after raid. Your body becomes a map of scars. 3 fingers are missing from your left hand. Your mind is fractured from the constant use of toxic herbs. But your role begins to change. The Jarl realizes that you are more than a warrior. You are a weapon. When rival chieftains dispute land claims, the Jarl does not send diplomats. He sends you. The Norse law allows trial by combat, holmgang, where champions fight to settle disputes. Wealthy men do not fight their own duels. They hire berserkers. On a freezing morning, you stand on a small island marked by hazel poles. Across from you stands a young farmer holding a cheap sword. His hands tremble. His wife and child watch from the shore. He dies today, the Jarl whispers. You don't take the drugs. You don't need them. Your reputation is enough. You step forward wearing the rotting bear pelt. The boy looks into your eyes and sees pure terror. Before you even swing your axe, he drops his sword and yields. The Jarl takes his land. You realize something terrible. You are not a holy warrior. You are not Odin's chosen champion. You are an enforcer, a thug, a tool used by powerful men. Stage 7. The Reckoning. None of that matters anymore, because something worse is coming. You are 32 years old, but your body feels 60. Years of poison, head injuries, and endless violence have destroyed you. Your hands shake uncontrollably as you sit alone in a dark hall surrounded by stolen silver goblets. The Berserker gang no longer obeys you. The rage attacks you without warning, in your sleep, in quiet rooms, whenever a sudden noise breaks the silence. You have become dangerous to everyone around you, and your Jarl knows it. Outside your door, you hear heavy footsteps in the mud. Not one man, but many. You hear swords sliding from leather scabbards. You understand immediately. The Jarl is cleaning house. You look at the iron chest of silver you extorted for him. You look at the rotting bear pelt hanging from the chair. In that moment, you finally understand your place in the machine. You were never a legend. You were never free. You were a tool built from poverty, used by powerful men, and discarded the moment you became a liability. You pick up your axe, your hands are shaking. You are Odin's weapon, and weapons are meant to break.